walking down memory lane, there were so many bags that I really loved over the years, but ended up selling for one reason or the other, or I did not end up buying for one reason or the other. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kanisha. Welcome back to my channel. If you're here on my channel, then welcome to my channel. You're here for the Louis Vuitton love and functionality. Today I want to talk a little bit about the Diane. The Diane has so many features in this one bag that just takes me back to these bags that I said, let me share with all of you some bags that if you are on the fence about the Diane, there were some really great bags that I did have and loved. Once I loved them for a little bit, was ready to move on. There were also some other bags that I really wanted, but I chose to pass on for design aesthetics. So we'll talk about it because I really think this is a great bag. The first bag this reminds me of is the Ivy. Remember the Ivy that came out and it had this beautiful little classy shape with the top handle. It had this beautiful stamped leather vachetta on the front. The clasp was a buckle. It was not a snap button. The Ivy was beautiful to me. I really wanted that bag, but I could not take unbuckling and buckling that front clasp to open the bag. I said no to the Ivy. But you don't have to worry about that with this bag. I would keep this bag if I didn't have the Odeon or the Boulogne or the Pochette Métis. This is a beautiful bag. I really adore it. I really adore it for the aesthetics. It's aesthetically pleasing to me. I feel like it's very functional. The trim, can you guess? Let's see if you can start to guess in comments before I actually say it. Say the bag. Can you guess what the trim of the bag reminds me of? It's called the Menilmontant. Menilmontant? I'm gonna put the name. That bag was almost like a curvy design on the bottom, and it had a fold over flap. It reminds me of the trim on that bag that went all the way around. I remember feeling like I needed to have that bag in my collection. Like I needed it. I think at the time what held me back was the vachetta. It wasn't aged like this. I really love that bag, but I never ended up buying it. Couldn't find any reviews about it. This trim reminds me of that, only this is better because it's aged vachetta. The second bag that was the Boulogne. We'll do some mini comparison. Why? So this bag compares to the Boulogne like this. Look. If you were wondering about the Diane and the Boulogne is slightly taller, it looks like, except in the middle where it dips, than on the opposite ends where it's higher. If you look at the depth, it looks like these bags are pretty similar, but now we're looking at it, maybe the Boulogne is a little bit bigger than the Diane. I was having this IG conversation with an IG friend. JBT, this video is for you. She thought the Boulogne held a little bit more, and I was saying, really? I think they hold the same thing. It turns out that they do hold the same amount, but I do believe that the Boulogne is a little bit more spacious, can fit a little bit more. Now that I have it side by side like this, I would agree that the Diane may be a little bit of a tighter fit. So that's a little bit about the Boulogne and the Diane. The Boulogne does definitely hold a little bit more than the Diane. Even though they fit the same amount of things, the Boulogne I can probably squeeze a little bit more into it, a little bit more easily. What I appreciate about the Boulogne is it has a leather long strap, not a jacquard strap. Also, I think what I appreciate is maybe a Boulogne in vachetta, if you're interested, might be a better option. I don't know if vachetta is just off the list for some people. I got the Boulogne in the noir because I have the Odeon in vachetta. The next bag that the Diane reminds me of is the Biface. I had this bag. It reminds you of the stamped leather pattern. Interior had different compartments for different functional purposes. I ended up selling that bag. I did not get enough use out of it. It was not big enough. Functionality is a very important quality for me. While we are talking about the Biface, let's also talk about the Dauphine. So the Dauphine is beautiful to me. It's just, I don't know what stops me from buying some of those bags because I think they're gorgeous, except for they're not big enough or something. And I use the Pochette Métis instead, or I just have a different bag instead. If they're really not functional and I'm not going to use them, I don't want them to sit in my closet. I have a couple of bags like that. I stare at those bags and I think to myself, why am I holding on to those bags? I cannot do that anymore. I have limited myself from that. I won't buy bags that I'm just gonna stare at. This is the reason why I do such thorough, in-depth, detailed reviews, is because I'm looking at these bags, I'm taking notes, and I'm capturing the comparison between them versus what I already have. I'm making the analysis anyway. I might as well just share the analysis for you. That's what's happening. The other detail I want to point out is the ruching corners on this bag. I'm getting real close because I think they're great. The ruching detail, it's not something that I think a lot of people would notice or care about. Really like that. I like it. It's on every single corner of the bag. I think it's a really great detail. I just wanted to point it out. And unlike the Boulogne that I got, these corners do not give. They're really solid feeling construction. I think this is a good quality made bag. This one was made in Spain. Let's see. One question folks had was, what about the Diane and the loop? You can see that the Diane is wider in terms of the dimensions. They're the same length thereabouts, but the loop definitely does not hold as much as the Diane. Everything that I put into the Boulogne that goes into the Diane does not fit into the loop. It does not. I can only put like a mini pochette, a little card wallet, and maybe a coin pouch in the loop. And that's about it. Like, the mini pochette takes up all the space. Almost like lost my phone because after you fit all those things in it, it doesn't really fit your phone. You can fit, like if I wasn't using my mini pochette, you can definitely fit your phone, a card holder, coin pouch or something like that. You can definitely fit some things into the loop. It's just not going to hold everything. If you want all of your essentials, it's just not going to hold all of your essentials. Not the same way that the Diane can or that the Boulogne will. So that's my opinion about the Diane and the loop and the Diane and the Boulogne. This is a new style from Gucci. It's the Horsebit collection. It reminds me of this bag because of the leather trim, and I like it a lot. We talk a little bit about the salon, that this is, to me, based off of that vintage model, only with some detractions. Also talked about the pochette matisse, a back pocket. Only the pochette matisse is a zipper. I thought this was a really nice pocket to have if it's a phone. That's what I mean, like this is a very good functional bag. I really liked it. I had no complaints about it. If I didn't have some other bags, I'd keep it. What I wish I could keep was the shoulder strap. I really like it. If you can secure one, I think it's a great bag if you don't have some of the other bags that you're looking for, and you're looking for a bag that not only will stand the test of time, because I think this bag that will become a classic, that will age well, that will look good in time. Look at the salon. You will like this bag in 10 or 20 years. That's how I look at it. I just happen to have the pochette matisse, and I've liked that bag for 5 years, and I'm going to continue to like that bag. That bag that I already have has so many of the criteria and dimensions that I like that I don't need another bag like that. I didn't walk away feeling underwhelmed. I know many people had that feeling. I really like this bag. This is the kind of bag that if you look at my channel and you like some of the bags that I have because of their aesthetics, you would like this bag. So that's my opinion, and I really appreciate it if you're with me until the end. Thanks so much for listening and for tuning in. I hope you've subscribed and turned on notifications by now, and until the next time.